Hello Virgo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Justice or Adjustment card. That's very balance, I think. Judgment, discernment, right? Having a standard by which to measure everything that comes our way. Yeah, everything that comes. You're naturally a skeptic, and you don't trust in things blindly. Here we've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, a Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Seven of Swords, right? Seven of Pentacles and Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Okay. And the Hierophant. Okay. Ace of Swords. Five of Wands and the Lover's card. For some of you, I will just say this, there is a romantic situation coming your way down the road. Okay. Not for all of you. But it's an opportunity that I think might present itself to you at some point. I'm getting a Z name, and I don't know if this is a nickname or if it's something. It might not be the name of a person, but there's something that starts with the letter Z. I'm getting that Z sound. It might have to do with that romantic situation. It might have to do with some of these other things that we're going to talk about, right? But first, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. Whoops, look what just forced itself out. Another volunteer card. I love those. Two of Swords. So the mystery card's going to go right here. We're going to put Alien, Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Okay. All right, let's look around the room here. We've got major. We've got a little bit of fire. We've got a little bit of water. We've got a bit of air. We got a little extra air, too, that we weren't really anticipating. And we've got our earth energy. The earth energy, you have to excuse my voice. I'm having chest issues again. The earth energy stops short. See, the earth energy is we have this vision. I think that you had this big plan for your life. You had this really huge kind of vision of life, how you wanted things to be, who you wanted to be, your future self, your future situation. I think you had these kinds of ideas, thoughts, plans, this vision, right? And I think what kind of happened currently is that we're not feeling Seven of Pentacles. We're not feeling like we got there, right? And I really think that this is Spirit's way of testing you a little bit to say, are you going to stick with it, right? Are you going to work through this dark period? Because what's waiting for you on the other side? Wheel of Fortune. This is the growth, the expansiveness, the success, the prosperity, the fame and fortune that you're after. But we're not seeing it right here. It's like we're in the jungle, right? We're looking for that treasure, and it's just it's too thick. I can't see where there's nothing here, right? There's nothing here. Now, if we take this as fact and we turn around and go home, then okay, that's it. We're going home. But if we persist if we say, I'm going to cut all this stuff down and see what's out here, I'm not giving up, right? Then what we do is we slash away all the obstacles. We cut away all the the jungle, right? And what we reveal is this future, this Jupiter energy. This is fame and fortune. This is prosperity. All of this wonderful, wonderful stuff. And I kind of feel like it's not really funny, right? Because we're about to give up on this thing. But this is the cosmic wristwatch. This is Spirit's timepiece. And Spirit doesn't answer to anybody, right? It doesn't matter that we've been at this for a long time and still waiting for that breakthrough, you know? It doesn't matter that you've been putting in all of this effort to something and it should have succeeded. You should be a millionaire by now, right? Spirit saying, it doesn't matter to me. Things happen as they happen. There's an order to things that we are not privy to. There's an order to things that it doesn't matter if we are in harmony with that or not. We want to be, because we want to benefit from that. We want the prosperity of this. We want how that feels, and you understand that. You've got that 3 of Cups down here. This is understanding the process of change, of creation. You understand the flow of the universe on this kind of deep, spiritual, emotional, intuitive kind of way. And maybe it's not, maybe consciously, if you look up here, we've got the swords cards up top, but the water energy underneath. This is heart, this is mind, right? And I think if we split heart and mind, and maybe that's what this Justice card is doing, is really trying to separate the heart and the mind, and weighing the heart with the mind, weighing the mind against the heart, and just saying, there's nothing going, this isn't it. We went down the wrong path. You're on this kind of, you're on this path of, searching for this treasure. And I think that what we have here is the split between heart and mind, where it's just like the mind says, no, we obviously went to the wrong jungle or whatever, right? We went down the wrong trail. That's just, that's just the way it is. But the heart is saying, no, it's here. I know it's here. And we see this in movies all the time, right? Where there's one kind of logical professor with glasses, very stereotyped, that says, oh, this isn't the right one. All the data says that we made a mistake. But then someone, the kind of hero of the story, says, no, I feel it. It's here. Kind of gives me that Indiana Jones vibe, which I really love. And so what do we do? Right? What do we do? Someone in your family, or you or someone around you, used to smoke a lot. I think you've stopped doing that, but I feel like someone around you really, and there's this anxiety with that. It's one of those nervous kind of habits. It's not really because, I think that's the primary reason. You got nervous, and you would smoke when you were nervous. Yeah. And I think that's coming from really, it's part of this whole thing with, we're separating out the heart and the mind. But see, the tarot, Spirit gave us the solution before we even knew what the problem was, the 2 of Swords. Because let's put that down aside. Let's put that way over there. The 7 of Swords. This is the mind. This is that professor part of the mind in our story that's saying, look, I know you really want this. And I know it's disappointing. I know you really believe that it's here. But belief doesn't help. Belief doesn't, it can't undo the facts. Right? You can believe something as hard as you want to. It doesn't change the facts of the matter. And the facts of the matter are, we've looked and it's not here. We got the metal detector or whatever, it's not here. Right? So, it's kind of one central sword. It's an ace of swords against all these other facts. And someone can tell you, yes, but actually, everything that you feel and that you believe, part of your mind will find a way to kind of contradict it. Okay? It's interesting that we have an Ace of Swords here in the position of the environment, right? And this shows me that you are adamant that it is here, that this is the right path, that is close by somewhere. We just have to keep looking. And this is the card that says, we're running out of time, running out of money, running out of daylight, we're going home. And you don't want to go because you feel it, you believe it, you have this commitment. It's built into you with this Three of Cups, right? Now, the solution to this is the Two of Swords, because maybe not, I don't know how this would apply to our Indiana Jones movie that we're making up here. But within our own minds, we have to kind of we have to let the mind do its thing. The mind is going to run on and on, giving us all these facts and figures and reasons why we're wrong and we need to go home. We got to kind of tune that out sometimes. And that's what the Two of Swords is. It's peace of mind. Let's just turn the volume down on that other part of our mind, that professor, right, with the glasses and let's listen to our intuition. Yeah. Let's ask ourselves, let's ask the universe. This is the card that says we've got to stop with this kind of, logical, everything's data, everything's facts, everything is so like objective, and we convince ourselves that logic is the highest faculty that we have as human beings. It might be the most recent, but that should be a reason why it's not the highest, most developed faculty we have, right? Because it's pretty new. And we're just starting to learn that this mind will convince us of anything and everything. Two different things, right? It's the expert of rhetoric. It can take two opposing viewpoints and convince us that both are correct at the same time. And before we know it, we get wrapped up in, the 8, or in this case, the 9 of Swords. Right? 7 and a 2, we would get the 9. So I think we're trying to stop that. Right? We're trying to prevent this from becoming a 9. So we take that 5, maybe we're taking this 2 off of there. Or taking the 7, and we're taking the 2 off of there, I mean. Yeah. And of course that would give us the 5. And the 5 is all about the kind of the win-lose mentality. Right? The competition that we feel in our minds. Do we feel like the underdog? Or do we feel like we're superior and we kind of call the shots here? Yeah. Who's the one who's in charge of this expedition, really? That's the question. So the Knight of Pentacles has that vision of the future, knows that this treasure is out here somewhere. And if we can get through our doubts, if we can get through our issues there, I'm feeling for some of you out there, these details come to me just kind of randomly in flashes and words, pictures, sounds, and they're not meant for everyone, but I feel like that there is a lawyer in your life, either you or someone you know, or maybe you have hired one. There's some sort of a legal matter here. And there's someone, maybe it's just someone in your family is a lawyer, but I feel like there's a connection with that kind of, there's a connection with that legal or bureaucratic energy. Maybe it's something to do with you having to do some kind of legal paperwork to do this work that you're doing, like you incorporated a business, or you had to get a business license, or maybe you had to hire somebody to register a trademark, that kind of thing. I don't think it's criminal law. I hope not. But it feels like a business kind of thing, or something that has to do with that. Okay? And that might be part of what the obstacle is right now, that we're looking for that treasure, but it's kind of like the person on the other side of the counter said, application denied. Right? Something like that, I think. But the 3 of Cups, beautiful energy, underneath the surface, down below on the path of the dove. And this is you understanding the process of change on the intuitive, spiritual, emotional plane. And what this means is that you know what the right move is. You know that this is the correct way. There's no doubt. You understand the process, and this has to be the right way to go. So why is the mind, why is the logic, why is the facts of the matter something different? Okay? And I think that really has to do with this timing. It's not that our goals are wrong, but that maybe our timing is off, or the path that we're taking to get to that treasure is not quite accurate. We might need to go around the other way, above or under or around it, right? So there's this obstacle right now, and I think that's why we are not seeing the results that we expected. There's something that should be here but isn't. Something that should be happening right now but has not. So we need to find out where we made that mistake. We need to backtrack and figure out where we might have made a wrong turn so that we can just get back on course, because we are headed toward this Wheel of Fortune, expansiveness, prosperity. This is the sense of destiny. And I really feel like this is something definitely in your future. Okay? And this really is like, it's a wheel that's already been set in motion, if that makes sense. Okay? It's something that you already kind of started. You've already started the process of it. Okay? And it does feel like it's something bureaucratic. It's something like administrative, that there's maybe some kind of paperwork or something that's involved there. Or something legal, something about incorporation or trademarking or something like that. Because there is this, for some of you, maybe a connection to government. Okay? Let's go to the path of the serpent, though. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. All right? I want to show YouTube that our community here is worldwide. Yeah. Okay, so we start with the hierophant. And the hierophant, for some of you, I think this is going to be an older person, a mentor, maybe a teacher. Maybe some of you have a strong connection with a professor or a teacher or a mentor, or someone that was like, they were the master and you were the apprentice. I'm kind of thinking along the Indiana Jones lines again with, there's the archaeologist, and then there's the student that's kind of learning how to do all these things. And maybe it's this energy too that is saying, you're in the wrong place. Sometimes the hierophant, if we are looking at this as either part of our minds that is saying this, or it could be this external, person, this authority on the subject, right? Thinking that they know everything, right? That there's no room for interpretation, there's no room for any other opinions. They have this fixed belief that you're in the wrong place, that you're digging in the wrong, the wrong sand dune here. To find the Ark. I'm thinking Raiders of the Lost Ark here, which my wife and I just watched the other day. I love that movie. This is that authority on the subject that says, no, you're a fool. You're in the wrong place. How could, like almost laughing, like how could you think this was it? And I think that there is this also built into us, where, like I said before, maybe the goal is not wrong, but maybe we made a wrong turn. This is that part of you that says, no, I couldn't have. Well, we have to be open to ourselves making mistakes too. We don't know everything. We don't have this kind of fixed authoritative wisdom on the subject. We're doing something unknown. You're looking for buried treasure here. Right? So there might be some details or some paperwork that we didn't fill out right. There might be something else that we can do. Maybe go to a different county, right? Maybe hire a lawyer or something that knows about these things that can help you file the paperwork or something like that. Okay, because there is this sense of I did it the right way. I can't be wrong. It has to be everybody else. Okay, I think maybe this is coming from someone else in your life, but I think there's some of that inside too. Okay. And we kind of see that with the Ace of Swords next. Every card has light and shadow. So an Ace of Swords, it is certainty, it is clarity. but is it real? It's something that we're projecting onto the environment. This card's in the position of the environment. I almost feel like there's a connection with farming or farmland or something here. I don't know if maybe this has something to do with property. We get that hint here with the Seven of Pentacles too. Maybe there's something to do with land or with, growing crops or something, like getting zoned for some sort of food thing or agriculture in some way. Okay, just a thought. The Ace of Swords, though, is us knowing for sure. We're absolutely certain. And see, we're kind of mixed up now, right? Because at the beginning we said we have this certainty, but there's that part of our mind that's making us doubt, or that's telling us, nope, we're wrong, we got to go home. Yeah. And then it's kind of like we're holding on to this certainty, but we need to be open to the fact that maybe I am wrong. Maybe there was a mistake that I made. Maybe I did make a wrong turn. Maybe it's not right here, right now. I think the truth is somewhere in between. Maybe that's the justice or adjustment card, right? It's not just I'm right, everybody else is wrong, but it's not that I'm wrong and everybody else is right. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think that's really the important thing that you've got to keep in mind. This is going to be a struggle. Here's the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is the kind of the card we don't want, right? We don't want to force this thing to be right here where we expect it. The Five of Wands is really about change, right? Well, I'll let you in on a secret. All the cards are about change. But the Five of Wands is about us trying to force things to change, right? So if the county office says no, application denied, we can't force it. We can't change that fact. We can't change that reality. What we have to do is live in harmony with it. We have to say, okay, I'm going to adapt, I'm going to roll with it and figure out what to do. We could get angry, we could get mad, we could yell and scream, we could try to give it to them again, say, no, take another look at it, right? It's going to get the same result. We're banging our head against the wall here, right? That's not in harmony. We don't have any sixes here. I would like to see a six of something, maybe the mystery card. So the five, I think, is really, it's a difficult situation because we are going to get mad. It is a frustrating situation. We have to harmonize ourselves with what's happening in the universe. This wheel is turning. And it's it is in a way that the universe speeds it up when we want it to slow down. The universe likes to slow it down when we want it to speed up, right? And it's all this kind of, in some ways it feels like a sick joke sometimes, right? But there is a way for us to harmonize with that. I think that's what you're doing. I think that's what you're realizing. And that's the one thing that you need to do. The Lover's card at the end. The Lover's card at the end. It's the smoking thing. I'm getting that again. And I feel like maybe there was someone in your family that passed from smoking, like they had a smoking related kind of breathing issue or something like that, something with the lungs. And I feel like that person's still kind of very, very important to you. I don't know that it was a recent thing, but I feel like you think about them often. Okay. The Lover's card sometimes does talk about family. It would have been a family member if the smoker resonates with you. I think it was a family member. The Lover's card at the end there also talks about, for some of you, there is a romantic relationship coming your way. I don't know if it has anything to do with this work that you're trying to do, but that just might be kind of one more piece of the puzzle. But I think for the rest of us, this card is talking about us not giving up on our purpose. Regardless of what these energies are and how we're kind of back and forth with things, and sometimes we're confused and all of this energy we're talking about, you're not giving up on this. You took a vow, right? You made an oath that this was something that you were going to do. And I think at the end of the day, you have to restate that oath. make that promise out loud again. Because when we remind ourselves of what our purpose is, it helps us to let go of some of this frustration and anger and get back in harmony with the universe. Yeah. And I think when we're in that harmonious state, things feel a lot easier. Yeah. Miracles start to happen. So I think that this card to me is, let's do that. Let's restate it out loud to ourselves, to our friends, our loved ones, whatever. Or let's write it down. Let's make a statement on a sheet of paper, right? Where we are expressing what we're doing and why, and kind of what the results of it will be. Right? Maybe a few hundred words, not too long, right? But make it a little bit detailed, right? What are you doing? Why are you doing it? So that we can remind ourselves of those things when we start getting into this frustrated energy, that we know who we are and where we're going. It's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles here. Take that vision, take that original vision that you see, write it down, right? Write the details down. Maybe you draw a picture of it, right? Draw a picture of your best life. Draw a picture of this kind of long-term goal that you're working on right now, so that we can have it ready for us when things start getting kind of hectic. We can look at it and take that breath, right? And kind of, calibrate and reharmonize. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's see what we've got going on here. Thank you, alien. We need a 6. That's what I want. I don't care if it's a 6 of swords, if it's a 6 of cups, discs, if it's wands. I don't care. I want a 6. Now, the 6 is implied in the Lover's card. It's the 6th mystery of the tarot, right? So really, I think that this is that 6 that we need. This is that harmony. And I think that this, by restating the oath, by writing it down and reading it back to ourselves, right? Or recording it onto a tape recorder, or I guess on our phone. I don't know if people still use tape recorders. And then playing it back to us in our own voice, in our own words, to help us center, calibrate, harmonize. We get the 6 here, right? And I want a 6 here too. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, it's a 7. Close. Very close. But now we have a lot of 7s, right? We've got 7 and 7 and 7. We've got a lot of 7s here. And I think the 7s really is the confidence. The 7s are telling us that this is something that has been divinely ordered, something that has been ordained by the universe. You feel as if this is your holy mission, that this is that this has been, written in the stars, written in the Akashic records, written in your soul. This is something that is, there's no doubt, right? And it's with this confidence, with this kind of certainty and conviction of the, let's say, the divine support that we have here, that we're able to conquer the mental and emotional aspects of it, and that we're able to conquer the kind of the physical aspects of it, where it's just, I'm not seeing the results right here in front of me, but I'm not going to let that turn me away. That's not going to deter me, right? And the heart and the mind. We can get through the frustration. We can get through the kind of confusion in our heart, because we have that conviction. We have that certainty. We have 777s here. 777s. This is a very, very good confirmation card. The 7 of Cups on its own is us realizing that changing our purpose and our passion, it's kind of like, for some reason you went after this particular degree in college, and there's some difficulty getting there. There's just some hiccups, right? Some obstacles, some roadblocks. So you say, I'm just going to do something easier then. I'll just do that one over there, because that I can do in 2 seconds, right? Don't be tempted to take an easier course. Don't be tempted to go after an easier objective here, okay? Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there is a link up in the corner or down below in the video description. New Virgo readings every Tuesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. But I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me again tomorrow. We'll talk. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.